Hello everybody, welcome back to another Trains to World 5 video. We're on the West Coast Mainline South again, and we're going for a bit of an evening out in London. So let's hop in, and yeah, we're running non-stop on this lovely, cloudy, but still sort of a late summer's evening. Let's get all of the systems on. So we've got AWS, DSD, vigilance, and then the AWS like isolation things, change that to on, and then TPWS we'll set that to normal. Right, headlights to do day running, should do, and that's about it. Now we wait, so we've got about 30 seconds and we'll get the doors shut, and then we're running non-stop. So I did actually want to find one which stops at Watford Junction, but it seems not as many Pendos as I thought stopped there. I thought there was like, you know, every hour they stop there, but no. I think it's mostly just at peak time they stop at Watford Junction. So eventually we'll do one which stops there on the video. Right, 20 seconds. And we shall be on the way. There's one of the collectibles there. Come on, let's get going, let's get the door shut now. And there you go, begin the journey. Right, doors are now shut, and we got 44 miles to London Euston. Right, let's go. Let's begin. Bit of horn to begin it as well. Slowly accelerate out of Milton Keynes. How's everybody finding the route so far? Finding it alright, or finding it a bit sort of like, nah, not a fan? Because this was like the most requested UK route in the game, so now we got it. So it's fairly straightforward, the speed limit. It's just up to 125 most of the way to Watford Junction, and then it finally comes down to 110. So there's not really too much to remember speed limit wise if you're in the Pendo. 125 majority of the way. So once we get out to about 122 or so, we'll select the speed set, and then it should then lock on to 125. Now it still says we've got some sort of system isolated, but we don't. TPWS is active, as well, all of the systems are, so I don't know why it says something's still off. That could be an issue. Unless it's not and you know, let me know. Get a quick flyby shot whilst we still can. Big 11 coaches as well. Is it the 11 coach? Hang on, that might be the... Oh no, this is the 9 coach, yeah, 9 coach. Tilting train. But still incredibly long. Yeah, 390,049. That's what we get the pleasure of driving this evening. So we take all of the party goers down into London for the weekend. And we got Bletchley. Still yet to drive on the slow lines, north of Tring. Because the one time we tried to do it, we got stuck at a red light and it wouldn't change. So yeah, I haven't yet actually been able to drive on the slow north of Tring, unfortunately. This is Bletchley. We're going about 110 miles an hour now, so picking it up fairly quickly. Thing is, what's faster accelerating, this or the Azuma? All very similar. Now the 801 probably is a bit quicker, isn't it, accelerating? Or to be West Coast Mainline specific, was the 805's the Evro, isn't it? Is that quicker accelerating over the 390? Or is the 390 still the boss? Right, let's click the speed set button. If we can find it with the HUD off. Which always seems to be a bit of a struggle. Speed set, come on. There, speed set's now on, so that should be locked to 125. Yeah. Or should be. Yeah, 125. And now we sit back and don't do a lot until we get to Kings Langley, but we'll then come down to 110 miles an hour for the little sort of corner around between Watford Junction and Bushy, where it sort of comes around quite a bit. Sort of our next course of action. Still enjoying the Pendo though. Just overall sort of a fun train to drive, and the journeys aren't too long either. You know, 35-40 minutes, sort of perfect for a fast run. I know obviously some people would have liked to have seen it gone even further up to Birmingham, and then your sort of fast runs, what, an hour and 10 minutes or so. I mean, there's always the scope for an extension in future. See, normal line speed at this part there is 90, so we get to go 35 miles an hour faster than the normal speed limit, which is quite a bit. I mean, a third more, over a third more. Shoot out of this tunnel and then you're not too far from Leighton Buzzard. So I was going to photo mode here, but if I go into photo mode it will reset the weather back to being all sunny. So it's quite nice having the sort of sun reflecting on the clouds. It's the pinky sky. Right, you got a warning for a neutral section there, so I'll pop that back into off. And we will then have to do the speed set again. So wait for the neutral section. There it is here. There we go, wind that back up and try and find the speed set. Speed set, speed set. That speed set's now on, so again that should lock us at 125. So Cheddington is the next stop along. So this is probably like the straightest part of the route. Like from here all the way down to just before Tring, where it then starts getting a bit windy again. This bit's just sort of point straight down. The direct bit of it. Yeah, one of the not many sort of straight parts of the route. Hence why you've got a Pendo which can tilt to get around all of the corners at a faster speed. And this is Cheddington coming up. Yeah, Cheddington. Yeah, here's Cheddington. Just looks like it's in the middle of nowhere. Same with Tring, there's not really a lot there either. There we go. And Tring up And I will check out the 66 as well at some point. I keep putting it off. I'm like, nah, not the 66. But yeah, at some point we will jump in the Deutsche Bahn 6, or the new sort of Deutsche Bahn 66, and give that a drive. It's on the to-do list. Sort of trying to alternate between West Coast Mainline Frankfurt Fielder, West Coast Mainline Frankfurt Fielder, and then maybe we'll do some San Bernardino again. Maybe, maybe, but that's also sort of at the bottom of the to-do list. Do a bit of freight on there. Or maybe even if there's any sort of short scenarios on San Bernardino, maybe do one of them. Just so that we can say we've done a bit more of it. And Tring's not too much further along. And from Tring, all the stations are relatively close to one another, like 2-3 miles apart. And then from there, it comes down pretty. You sort of get into London pretty quickly. And we're already a third of the way through the journey. I think it's almost 35 minutes. Which is why it's quite nice stopping at Watford Junction on some of the services. Just sort of adds a bit more to do. Yeah, through train. Again, hopefully they can remove the people waiting on the fast platforms, as you wouldn't really get that in real life. It'd be a bit of a safety alarm, set off alarm bells. Lovely time of day to do it though. I almost wanted to go a little bit later, sort of where you can actually see the blue sky, sort of purple in the sky. But this is fine. This looks good. I think probably by the time we're at Euston it might be like that. I don't want it to be too dark on the video. So that was Tring, so Berkhamsted's up next, but we get to fly through at 125. And you've also got the little tunnel beforehand as well. So I wonder how many years these trains have left on the West Coast Mainline, considering you've got the new Evro trains coming in. Although I think they're more sort of to replace the Voyagers, not the Pendos. Well, the one time I went on the West Coast Mainline, which was on a Voyager, and only a couple of months ago, not even a month ago, it was really good. But people were like, oh, I don't like the Voyagers, they're crap, they're not any good. But for my one experience on them, it was decent, apart from the seat reservation system being broken. But it was fine as we were sort of first on the train, so we got to our seats anyway. Yeah, I think the only downside to that journey was between, because I went from Euston to, look at the tilt here, up to Llandudno Junction. And yeah, there was a few different issues throughout the journey, but not really anything to do with the train. I think we had extra stops, because I think we were meant to be fast from Euston to Stafford, but then we ended up calling at Lichfield. Where else did we call? No, I think it was Lichfield. Yeah, Lichfield, and possibly Rugby and Lichfield we had to stop at. Which I think were just extra stops, because I don't know if it was like there must have been a train cancelled before us. There was quite a few delays. So the train left Euston about 20 minutes late. I assume there must have been issues and then cancellations. So yeah, it left Euston late. We made extra stops at I think Rugby and Lichfield. And Nuneaton, and we stopped there as well. And then I think at two of the stops, someone set off the emergency alarm. So that was great. So we sat there for a few minutes, but again, nothing to do with the train. That's someone setting off the emergency alarm. And then in between, was it Crewe and Prestatyn, or was it Real? I think between Crewe and Real, you had lots of sort of what's the best term? Not so well behaved teenagers getting on, who were being all noisy and shouting down the phone with loud music, which I didn't really expect from sort of an Avanti service. But yeah, because it stopped, it sort of becomes a bit of a slow service after Crewe, stopping at all of the different places. But apart from that, the train itself was really comfy and not really any complaints. So what's wrong with the voyages? Those cross-country ones, I haven't been on them. Maybe they're the ones that let the Voyager family down. Right, this is... was that Apsley, that one? I don't think that was King's Langley just yet. So once we get through King's Langley, we'll start bringing the speed down to 110. In fact, I'll set that to off now. That should sort of disable the speed set. Just so we're ready for that. Yeah, coming into Euston, I think we're going to photo mode, as otherwise it will set the weather to clear. So at the moment it's quite nice with those sort of pinky clouds. Another Pendo service. And if you do have this route and Cathcart Circle, you now get to see the Pendolino and the 350 at Glasgow Central. At some point we'll have a little tinker on there again. See all the extra traffic. Right, let's come down to 110. Start sort of just before the tunnel. I don't know what the tunnel's called. Watford North Tunnel? Watford Tunnel? But anyhow, coming up to that. So I'll actually try and set the speed set to 110. If we can find the speed set button. There you go, speed sets now. So it should be set to 110. And the 110 then would have started, well, basically as we were looking down for the speed set. So it's now 110. Out of this tunnel, this is sort of I suppose this would be your braking point for Watford Junction, possibly even just before, maybe sort of after King's Langley start putting the brakes on fairly nicely. But coming out of this tunnel, you don't want to be going really any more than 70 if you're stopping at Watford Junction, because there's not much further out of this tunnel you then come into the platform. You're probably going about 70, you could go out of there. Still sort of gradually braking for Watford Junction. I suppose, yeah, 70, 80, but obviously still braking. Oh, we did have a double yellow. It's probably following a 350. You do tend to catch up to on the fast. Look at this through here though. Beautiful. Right, double yellow. So let's take action. Start slowing down. Probably is a 350 ahead of us. Seems to happen on quite a lot of the services where you sort of start following a 350 because they can't get up to, well, their top speed is 110. Double yellow again. I will set at 80 for now. Can't wait for it to go green again. What a lovely time of day though. So it's when I look at the Trent and Mod clouds, I still think, wow, Even though, well, that came out of Train Sim 3, which is 2 years ago now, it's still like, wow. They're still good looking. Double yellow still. Come on, 350. Get in gear and get going. 390 on the way through. Which it may be held at Euston. I've had that when we last live streamed the West Coast, or when I'm recording this. Last time we streamed it, we were following a 350 into Euston, but on the approach to Euston, it then sort of pulled aside and let us go through. So it might be the same case on this. Where it sort of pulls aside on the approach and we go ahead. There's Carpenter's Park. And we've got a green light, good. And hopefully it will stay as a green. Although if we go above 110 it'll probably come down. I might just get up to 110 and set the speed set at 110. Yeah, otherwise we're going to catch up to the train again. Assuming it's a 350, not some sort of stopper 390. Good. Then you've got Hatch End. Back up to 100 miles an hour. Let's get a flyby shot. I hope we don't have a yellow light. Hey, still green, good. And one thing we haven't done is actually looked at the interior of the 390. I meant to do it on sort of 2 videos, but we just haven't done it. So, if I remember for this one, once we get to Euston, we'll have a look at the passenger interior. I want to see what first class looks like. As I've heard, first class on Avanti is decent, but quite expensive. And you got Harrow and Wildstone. And 377 there as well. Pop that down. Actually, that last one might have actually been. Oh no, it was. No. It was Headstone Lane. Oh my! That was probably the weirdest thing I've seen on Train Sim World ever. There was just people falling from the OHLE onto the track in front of us. Yeah, that can't be right. What? It was only for a split second, but... yeah. That was, yeah, that was weird. There's a 1972 stock. Yeah, generally that might have been the weirdest thing I've ever seen on Train Sim World, NPC wise, just falling from the OHLE. I mean, what? What is that all about? Coming up to Wembley Central shortly. Which I believe the speed does drop fairly soon after that to 110, and then further down to 105. That could be yellow, the next one. Unless that's a try mode. No, green light, good. There's Wembley Central. Yeah, we'll stay at one. We're doing 100 at the moment. We'll stay at this speed. Should drop down to I think 110, and then it then drops down to 105. Big difference. So we're about 105 at the moment. Not really much point speeding up anymore. And for the non-EPS speed, it goes down to 90. So we might catch up again with that other train if we go much faster. Sky now, like, look at that. Proper sort of pinky purpleness to it. Yeah, 110 there. And a bit further up it's then 105. Yeah, the added challenge of having to know two different speed limits for the same line. Or for the fast. The EPS limits and then the normal limits. It's not too bad though. You've got the 80 mile per hour limit, still 110 for us, and then you've got an 80 mile per hour limit near Kensal Green, or nearish to Kensal Green. Which I think it might come down to 85. Yeah, 85 first, but I'll just aim for 80. Yeah, still 110. So we've got yellow coming up. Catching back up with the other train, which is a nice thing about this route, which you don't get on many routes, is chasing yellows. Like on the Brighton Mainline, you get it almost every service where you're chasing yellows. It keeps you engaged, keeps you sort of paying attention. No, 85 for that, but still 105. Well, come down to 80 and sort of leave it there. And then we get a 55 limit coming into the tunnel at South Hampstead. Look at this, all the lights starting to come on now as well. Through Queen's Park. So yeah, here's the 80. You got the warning for the 55, which isn't much further along. Constant buzzes of the AWS. Still double yellow. The brutalist flats there. Which I suppose probably looked cool when they first got built, but now you sort of look at it, it's like, nah. South Hampstead station. Yeah, the warning for the 50. So we're still on a double yellow currently. So will the 350 get moved aside to let us go through? No, maybe not. At least it's still a double yellow though. Not gone to a single yellow yet. Well, we'll stay at 45. So if it is a single yellow, we've got plenty of time to come down for the red. Saying that, looks like we got a green light. So that train may have been pulled aside to let us go through. So we might see it in a second on the right of us. Oh no, we're going this way. Yeah, the service I did on a stream, we went over to the left there, and then the 350 was sat here at this signal. So the 40 begins when you sort of go under the little, I don't know what it is, road bridge, little tunnel coming up. So it's still 50 at this stage. So it's quite quick coming into Euston. And you've got the 25 into Euston. Although some platforms are 15. Right, down to 40. And down to 40. I believe this signal clears us into the platform. Or does it? It's 350? Yeah, it does. That'll be further down to 25. So platform 12 we're coming in on. So this will probably be a good time to get ourselves a little pit. See, look, we're all sunny now. Let's get ourselves a little image. Let's put it back to, I think it was on light clouds. Light clouds, bit of that. Bit of rotation maybe. Rotation. Nothing too fancy. Bit more field of view in. Bit more. Bit of a more rotation. Let's go that way. Well, that's probably a bit too much actually. Well, we'll roll with it. So that all the clouds are gone now. Disappeared. Again, early days. I'm sure that'll be sorted in a patch at some point. There's been a few times where I've tried to do rain on Frankfurt, just because why not, a bit of rain on there. Going to photo mode to begin the video, sunny straight away, and it's like, oh yeah. So yeah, hopefully that'll be patched. Sure it will be. So we're down to 15. I mean it is 25 into the platform, but we've got TPWS on. So if you're going too fast, it will, well, get angry and make sure you're going slow. And yeah, we'll then take a little look at the passenger interior. I'll also show you where the guard panel is, as you can guard the 390 services. If you really wanted to. Nice and steady up to the buffer there. Don't want to eat the buffer. Everybody's waiting at the door, waiting to press the button. Like, come on, come on, come on. They've got to get their tube connections. And that will do there. Cool. Right, here we are. This is London Euston. Do that. Set our tail lights. That's already on full. There we go. Right, let's hop out of there. Says we can use the guard panel to close the doors. Yeah, passenger interior. Here we go. Look at this. So luckily we're only 9 coachable. Bit easier going through to first class. Right, lock the doors. Which one has a guard panel? You got to stand at the guard station. Here we go. Stand at guard station. Oh no, I didn't want. Okay, right, we're doing that now apparently. You do that to keep your door open. The driver opens the door on this one. But anyway, that's where the guard panel is. Accidentally started one of them. A little, what do we call if you're a little NPC standing here? Here we go. Get to the first class and then we record it there. So this is the refurbished sets. Come on, let us through. Come on, quick, go, go, go. Must almost, I don't know, what coach are we on now? Must almost be at first class. Because I think the Pendos have quite a lot of first class. Oh, and they got standard Premier now as well. So maybe we still got to go through that. Oh, this is standard premium. So it gives you a little bit more. Quite cool though. And you've got the sound of that humming the whole journey. So then first class, where's that going to be? Next one? Yeah, first class, this one. Which is pretty nice. Just a shame they don't have the lamps on the windows. Like what Virgin had. That's the only sort of downside, I suppose, to the Avanti. It's probably the coach you want to be sitting in. Cool. And then through there to the kitchen, I assume. Yeah, there's the kitchen. And then through there again, and you get that over to into the cab. You can hide here as well, hide from colleagues. Well, that is going to be it from me. Hopefully everybody has enjoyed it. That was a service from Milton Keynes to Euston. Links can be found in all the usual places: Discord, PayPal, merch store. Apart from that, thanks all for coming in. Hopefully we'll see you next time. See you all. Take care. Bye guys.